Ukrainian soldiers shot by Russian kamikaze drones. Russian soldier in a relentless struggle to get rid of a FPV drone. Close contact armed conflicts. Russian soldiers ambushed by Ukrainian forces. Stay tuned for more. June 1st, 2025. While on the move, Ukrainian soldiers spotted an approaching FPV drone heading rapidly toward their vehicle. They managed to exit the vehicle quickly, and no one was injured. The vehicle itself also likely avoided damage. The drone crashed to the right and behind it without causing harm. It's possible that an electronic warfare system installed on the vehicle disrupted the drone's signal or video feed, causing it to lose control. Ukrainian FPV kamikaze drone in pursuit of a Russian soldier. The Russian soldier notices the drone and decides to fight to the end to get rid of it. The soldier tries to shoot down the drone by throwing his gun at it, but when he fails to do so, he has no choice but to let the drone miss him. There is nowhere to hide in this desolate terrain. One of the drones misses and lands next to the Russian soldier, but there is more than one kamikaze drone. The Russian soldier is getting tired. And despite all his efforts, he can't get rid of the drone. May 25th, 2025. A Russian tank attacking Ukrainian positions began to burn after an artillery shell hit the engine. The burning tank advanced on the terrain for a while before it became unable to move. The Russian soldiers inside the tank had to leave the tank immediately. You can support us by liking and commenting on the video. May 28th, 2025. A Russian armored infantry carrier is targeted by Ukrainian FPV drones while transporting new soldiers to Russian positions. Soldiers fleeing from bombs dropped by drones are running to the trenches to save their lives. But the Ukrainian attack does not end there. The armored vehicle they came in is destroyed. The soldiers have no means of return and are now completely defenseless. May 29th, 2025. Ukrainian 91st Anti-Tank Battalion soldiers inside a house under siege by Russian soldiers. Russian soldiers surround the house and attack Ukrainian soldiers. But soon, they are in for a surprise. A FPV drone belonging to Ukrainian forces and Ukrainian artillery counterattack to rescue the soldiers. Russian soldiers attacking the house immediately flee when they realize the drone. First, the FPV drone attack, and then the artillery shots that started to hit the Russian soldiers with the 155mm cluster projectile immediately afterwards repel the Russian soldiers. June 1st, 2025. Ukrainian soldiers were in a moving vehicle when a Russian FPV attack drone came toward them. The drone was coming so fast that the soldiers did not notice it. Smoke is coming out of the vehicle because it is damaged. They immediately get out of the vehicle and enter a nearby house. Ukrainian soldiers escape this attack without any casualties. May 29th, 2025. The Ukrainian 127th Defense Brigade spotted Russian soldiers positioned among the trees near the village of Orakovo-Vasilivka in the Donetsk region. Russian soldiers had dug trenches and taken up positions with mortars. Ukrainian soldiers, along with drones, infantry, and artillery units, launched a simultaneous raid. At the end of the operation, Russian forces withdrew from the region, suffering heavy losses. June 1st, 2025. 2 Russian armored vehicles attacked Ukrainian defense positions. In the front was a Russian T-70 tank, and right behind it was an armored infantry carrier vehicle. The infantry carrier vehicle was first hit by an RPG fired from the trenches. Soon, artillery units firing anti-tank shells managed to hit the tank. The Russian tank burst into flames with its ammunition inside. Russian forces, who want to bring the tank as a support force from the front and carry out an operation on the trenches, suffer heavy losses. June 1st, 2025. 57th Separate Motorized Infantry Brigade of Ukraine detected Russian military equipment, ammunition, vehicles in the city of Vovchansk, Kharkiv region. Ukraine launches FPV drones to destroy all these Russian vehicles. At the same time, it destroyed a Russian armored vehicle in the city. A few hundred meters away, an armored infantry carrier of Russian forces was in motion. Soon after, the Russian armored vehicle, which was targeted by the drones, was blown up and destroyed. May 27, 2025. A tank belonging to the Ukrainian 3rd Assault Brigade attacked Russian trenches in the Toretsk region. The trench raid, carried out with only one tank, continued with the tank firing continuously at the trenches. Since the Russian soldiers did not have any weapons against the tank, there was no response. Many Russian soldiers lost their lives. Ukrainian FPV drones took action against the detected Russian positions. Ukrainian drones started dropping bombs on the trench belonging to Russian soldiers who had jammers. The bombs hit the shelter entrances exactly and caused the Russian soldiers inside to rush out in panic. However, they were unable to escape these drone attacks. After each bomb fell, every shelter that the Russian soldier moved into continued to be bombed. This attack continued until there was no movement in the trench. Russian and Ukrainian soldiers met by chance in a forest near the Kursk region. This encounter quickly escalated into a clash. In this conflict, in which neither side could see the other, only blind shots were fired. Shortly afterwards, the Russian soldiers called for surrender, and the Ukrainian soldiers also told them to surrender. Russian and Ukrainian soldiers were at a dead end in the forest. Both sides took up positions and continued to fight. They continued to call out to each other. However, this conflict continued for hours. May 27, 2025. A Russian tank was spotted near the village of Spartak, Donetsk region. FPV drones carrying explosives immediately took action and neutralized the Russian tank, while Russian soldiers who managed to get out of the flaming tank started to flee. May 27, 2025. Ukrainian soldiers notice a mortar belonging to Russian soldiers in the middle of the conflict. Ukrainian soldiers immediately take action to seize the mortar. Every piece of ammunition and weapon captured by Ukrainian forces is very important to them. Due to limited military resources, they seize everything that can be used and make it ready for war again. June 1st, 2025. A trench with Russian soldiers spotted by reconnaissance drones near the village of Makilsky, Donetsk region. Ukrainian forces begin firing mortar shells into the area. Russian soldier does not know what to do after the attack. He looks around but does not see any target and enters the shelter. This is the biggest mistake in a fixed he has ever made, makes it an easier target for artillery fire. Dozens of shells are fired and the trenches collapse. After half an hour of Ukrainian artillery shelling conducted a targeted operation elements to destroy abandoned Russian military where the Russian soldier near the front lines collapsed, using drone surveillance died to identify the locations of damaged and deserted equipment. Ukrainian units launched precision strikes to prevent any possibility of recovery or reuse by Russian troops. Footage shows armored vehicles, supply trucks, and even damaged tanks being systematically eliminated with artillery and drone-dropped explosives. This tactic not only denies the enemy valuable resources, but also reduces the risk of traps or hidden explosives inside the wrecks.